You need an LLC to start wholesaling real estate. In this video, I'm going to break down what the answer is and what's actually required versus what's recommended. So to first recap on like what is wholesaling for everyone is wholesaling is essentially putting a property under contract and assigning that contract to a buyer. So you get a house under contract from a home seller and then send that contract to another buyer. So you're not buying the property, you're essentially selling the contract. And the question is, do you need a business entity to do this? And the short answer is no, you don't need a business entity to do this. Legally, you could wholesale as an individual. A lot of people starting out that way have done that. Um, it's it's not, ideal long term, but in the beginning, right, there's no law that requires an LLC to assign a contract. Many wholesalers close their first deal or two before they might set up a business. I've known people in the past that have done that. But if you're starting out learning learning about wholesaling, don't get sidetracked learning about all the legal stuff of an LLC. Kind of continue, educating yourself if you want to be a wholesaler or not, essentially. So don't let that stop you taking educational action. So the short answer is no, you don't need an LLC to start wholesaling. However, many investors, right, they eventually get a business entity for their wholesaling business. And what are some of the benefits of this? Is one is there's liability protection. So it's going to keep your personal acts separate from your business activities. Another example for some people might be professional credibility. Oh, I'm dealing with a real business entity, not some like individual person. They took the time to set up an LLC, a website, and everything else in between. So that could have some kind of a credibility effect for some people. And the big benefits too is just the tax flexibility. So the LLC will allow deductions for all your marketing costs, software, travel expenses, etc. Right? It essentially becomes a business write-off and not all set on any of the revenue that you get. So you could talk to a different tax advisor, tax professional out there on, was LLC best for you? Was there some kind of a different, like an S corp structure better for you? So those are things you want to talk with a professional on your own personal situation. And by having it in a business entity, not your personal name, right? Especially if you're going to start doing it a lot, it's going to just be cleaner business operations, right? You're separating church from state, essentially, right? Here's your personal life and finances. Here, money in is the wholesaling fees that you make, or assignment fees, I should say, and then money out is any of the expenses like marketing costs that you associate with the business. It's a lot cleaner from a bookkeeping and tax filing perspective. So the recommendation is to, definitely get one in the beginning when you're just educating yourself. Continue your education path before maybe setting up the LLC. That way you kind of know if this is something you want to do or not. So hopefully this video is helpful. If you have any questions, drop them below and we could answer them more questions for you or create more videos on questions that you have. Thanks.